In 2015, there was a lead crisis in the water in Flint, Michigan. And so we decided, well, what's going on in Philadelphia? And so that's how it started, but then it kind of mushroomed.
We realized that children in Philadelphia were being lead poisoned at higher rates than in Flint, Michigan. And so we started with that. And in Philadelphia, we wanted to not only look at the kids' environments inside their homes, but also outdoors. And then naturally, children spend a lot of time in schools. And so one logical next step would be to look inside school buildings and see what kids are up against when they go to school every day.
This is environmental reporting, so it takes science. So you need to learn the science of and the history of, say, asbestos, for example, which is very complicated, and what is deemed unsafe, what is all the terminology. The other part was because we had no access to the schools, we had to enlist teachers to do the testing for us. And then the other part was we wanted students, we wanted children who were affected by the hazards in schools. And so finding those children and finding the cases and talking to the families to get them to open up to us was extremely difficult.
There's a lot of fear. Parents are worried that their kids, just by speaking out, that their kids will suffer for it. Teachers are worried about the same thing. People want to make their schools better. They don't want to drive people out, but they also realize that if they don't stand up and talk about it and take control, then nothing's going to change. It's hard because I have kids myself, so I think about my kids a lot, and these kids in particular are keeping me up at night, and for the teachers too. We've found large amounts of asbestos fibers in settled dust, and the school district says that unless they're airborne, you're safe, but really nobody can say that. So I'm thinking of these teachers every day, and I'm thinking of these kids every day, and I'm thinking about what they're breathing in and what that might do to them 50 years from now, and I can't sleep.
In order for us to tell the story in a human way, they needed to open up to us, or we wanted them to open up to us, and I think they saw that it was a way for them to say, look, this happened to my child, and I don't want this to happen to any other children.
We really don't want to just put out a story that just depresses everybody and makes people feel defeated and makes people feel like they have to flee the Philadelphia school district and put their kids elsewhere. That will probably be the initial reaction. I can tell you as a parent, speaking for myself, I would have that reaction. But if we want to make Philadelphia the premier city that it can be, we have to start with the schools. I think everybody realizes that.
We'll bridge the gap between parents who don't have the information, give them the information, and then also link them to the school district and other agencies that can possibly help them and make change happen.
We have to make a decision. What is important to us? If we can put so much money into military or the things that we choose, why not add more resources to education, which is really the future? And I know that sounds hokey, but it's basic. It's not necessarily about money, it's about political will, and it's about just will. And if everybody stands up and says, we're going to pay attention to this and we're all going to be better for it, I really do think we can change. We're not going to put out a story, hopefully, where people just feel like they're not empowered. That would be the opposite of what we're trying to do.